Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Dearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Well, son of a gun, it is indeed a brand new day. And here, I posted a picture on the community tab, but now in video. This is the pumpkins that are a part of the the creature family here. And hopefully in the next couple days, if not today or late or some such, I'll be getting more of the stuffed animals that I have to put over there from out of storage. That'll be cool. Thumbs up for that. Yay! Yeah, they're just cheap. This one's hard plastic. This one's kind of foam-ish type thing. They have little LED lights in them, so hopefully the batteries will last for a long time. They're probably, super cheap. I think they're too big for like the CR 2025 or such like that, which they use for like CMOS batteries a lot, but who knows? I need to get a screwdriver so I can take the box off so I can see what kind of batteries they use, because inevitably it will run out. But still, thumbs up. Also, well, whatever I'm trying to say, I don't know what the turn of phrase is, but I was at Walmart, and I do like to walk by this one section where they have the religious stuff, candle stuff. I mean, mostly it's, for Catholic people. And this sort of stuff, it's not exactly, I think, a high-class material, but I bought one candle and I showed it off because I thought the picture on it looked cool. I bought this one. They're cheap. Like, they're under $2. But it's like, look at this. This is fucking metal. How can you not? So yeah, I bought this. I'm not gonna light it. It's just, yeah, that's good. So thumbs up. Got myself a nice candle, which the skull there is going to kind of lead into what I want to talk about next, because it's been on top of my mood for a while, and last night I found out just how much it's been wearing away at me. I've talked before how oppressive the mood can be in the games Fallout and Fallout New Vegas. Even with the whimsy turned on, it is still overbearingly depressing. Because when you find human remains in a house area, 90% of them seem like they're all inside of a bathtub, surrounded by alcohol bottles that have been drained, and they've got a gun, or a knife, or a bunch of chems from the game, where they saw that this was the end of everything. And they did the only thing that they knew how to do. Take a bunch of stuff until they were anesthetized enough and had the courage that they could do something about it. I'd already mentioned that it's been wearing. And yeah, it's hard to talk about because it's been just depressing. I mean, it's been a while since I've played now, for a couple of weeks before I've played any of them, and I've needed the break. But I also have been looking forward to and wanting to watch the Fallout series. I had seen a like maybe 10, 15, 20-second clip of a trailer for the series, and I was horrified at that because it was a short clip of the guy, the one of the who ends up being the ghoul, just standing in front of a house and watching the shock wave from the nuclear blast rushing toward them. So, I watched up until the credits last night on episode 1, and I have not been able to go back to it. It may be a while before I even can. Ugh. Because especially adding in his daughter. And that was really rough when he'd explain to the kid, you know, when you hold your hand, your thumb up, if there's the mushroom cloud, if it's big in your thumb, you don't even need to run. And having that child ask, Daddy, do they mean your thumb? Or mine? And then as they race away on their horse, as the bombs continue to fall, you know, as starting on this day, billions die, flash fried. Yay! So, I have been a paradoxical mix of feeling really good about myself in life and being just so easy to tip over the edge into tears because I just feel so awful about everything at the same time is a fun mix to be experiencing. Because, yeah, I was taking a walk yesterday and realizing that of late, especially, I have spent most of my life just drowning in feelings of self-loathing, and my self-esteem has been next to non-existent. But I've been working on that since the year 2000 when I got sober, and I was just out walking yesterday or the day before, I can't remember now. With my ADHD, it's hard to tell because mornings feel like yesterday as soon as I hit noon. But I was out walking and realizing that it had been an actual time since I'd felt bad and depressed. But even during those times, I wasn't just drowning also in self-loathing. And yeah, I still have depression problems, massive, and the fact that I'm taking Wellbutrin for my ADHD helps a lot. It doesn't do everything, and it doesn't make your feelings of self-loathing go away, but through years and years of work and trying, yeah, I was out walking and I'm not really filled with that. That's nice. But at the same time, yeah, my emotional stability right now is just not good. Part of it is just life. Part of it is just, you know, getting older, health issues and worries. You know, I got stuff like my heel. You know, I went out for like a 3-mile walk this morning. If I'm lucky, it was 3 miles. Oh my God, my heel hurts. The only real things they can do for it? Well, physical therapy to try and help you learn how to move so it doesn't hurt as much. Or they can do surgery where they go in and they shave the bone off of, the trouble spots off of the heel. Just chip them off. Yeah, I could have surgery. I don't know. Have to talk to my doc, I guess. But that's been weighing on me and doing stuff, making it difficult to live. I mean, it hurts right now. Feels like there's been a nail hammered into my heel. Yay! And of course going out to walk, but I gotta go walk. I can't just sit around. It makes me feel even worse. I mean, as much as I love living here, as much as I really like being where I am, I think, did a bug fly on my neck? Felt something itchy. I have had like spiders on the back of my neck where they've been on they crawled up my I imagine they crawled up the chair and then got onto my shirt and then were trying to crawl up to the very tippy top over the back of my neck. It just felt like there was something on there, but no bugs or anything like that. So must have just been old age itchy skin. So what was I talking about? I can't remember now. ADHD. Still though, and it's largely true, ADHD. Yeah, feeling depressed and feeling better about things. And so I have been feeling better about life and myself because of that. Not being filled with self-loathing is a very, very good thing. I enjoy that quite a bit. It's nice to feel that. At the same time, even just talking about spots of the series Fallout, it's emotionally devastating and hard to talk about. Very well done to the point of just, it's everything that Fallout and the Fallout world should be so far, and I've only seen the old world. But I'll tell you, the old world that got destroyed by the bombs in the movie looks so much better than that garbage in Fallout 4. So, yeah. Thumbs up. But past that, I have just been playing computer games as best as I can. I'm going to talk about this because I, at first, had trouble justifying the purchase. But I felt it needed to be done. Part of the problems that I have with buying things is I find it difficult to justify spending like more than 20 bucks on anything. If it's 20 bucks, then I really step back and go, whoa, that's... But in a lot of cases, I mean, 20 bucks is the $5 of my youth. That's $5 wasn't much. Now, 20 bucks isn't much out there. So, yeah, I went to Walmart to take a look at getting some non-wired ear hearing things, but I couldn't justify spending like any actual real money on it because they got things that are, the Apple ones. I'm not telling you anything other than just being, old man being amazed at the world and how much it all costs. I went to try and find something that someone who doesn't like spending money could buy and feel not bad while not sacrificing everything on the altar of bad quality. Because I have bought wired headphones that suck horrifically for less than 20 bucks. I have been burned badly. I'm not going to buy wireless things that are like $5 or $6. But I'm not, at the same time, going to be able to spend $79, $100, $150, $200 on something that I stick into my ear. No, I can't do that. So, I spent 20 bucks, Walmart brand, what is it, ONN, for the electronic stuff. I got some of these. Very, very cheap, and they're inexpensive, but you know, and they're big, but yeah, I wedge them into my ear, and then I can hear. The first time that I had them in my ear and I got up and walked into the bathroom, but I was still able to listen to my video, whereas before, when I was doing, like, sitting at my laptop and I would have to turn to grab something from the chair just behind me, I would have to move and reach and stretch so that I wouldn't go "Ugh," and yank the things out of my ears on the wires. And when they fit, because my ears are, you know, everybody's ear canals are a little bit different, which is why they give you 3 different sizes of the silicone sleeve thing. But yeah, they're not top of the line, and you can tell from the quality of the sound and all that. But for my purposes, they're good. I like them. I could not have spent more than I did. Oh my God. But I did, and I am glad. So I may be dragged kicking and screaming into the future on some cases. I mean, as much as I love tech, I used to be a big computer guy until I got priced out of it because I was married and had to deal with, you know, life, children. So as soon as my wife wasn't around and I was intelligent enough to be able to buy a computer, I got that, but I didn't have the knowledge. I had my nephew put it all together for me, and my brother-in-law bought all the parts. And now 20 years later, I don't know the first thing about how to get all these things together anymore. I'm just being an old man being sad about being old now. Which is part of all of it. I mean, you know, stuff where I wouldn't have worried about things before, now I worry about. You know, when I have a meal, if it's really greasy, I'm thinking about my heart. After all, one of the biggest risk factors for a second heart attack is having had a first one. And I didn't even know that I'd had a first one. That's one of the things about, you know, the way our world went and grew the way that it did. Colonies of things like guinea pigs. Guinea pigs have been trained through, you know, time, and those that it didn't work with, they died off. Those that it did, they had more kids. And so now when a guinea pig has something bad going wrong with it, it doesn't show until it goes catastrophically wrong, because otherwise you'd get picked off for being sick and weak. So if you don't show that you're being sick and weak, you live longer. And our bodies do that too. So we can be okay until suddenly we are catastrophically not. And then you discover you've got something horrific going on in your body that's going to kill you. Yay! But then I was also thinking about things like, was a philosophical thing, because of course, I mean, I'll be lucky. I won't be lucky if I make it. I'm hoping to make it past the average age of like 72-ish. I'd like to make it as to the age of my genetic father, 81. You know, and then there's, you know, James Hahn, who I don't know if even he's still alive, but if he did die, he must have died at 100, and he was still doing, you know, Kung Fu Panda voiceovers. So you can live a long time. Now I'd like to do that too. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yes, the philosophical thing. That no matter what, that even though right now I'm not ready to kick off, Given the opportunity, sure, I'd like to last for a couple thousand more. But the thing is, we live in a universe that where everything in it has a beginning, middle, and an end, and the universe itself has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The natural cycle of things is beginning, middle, and end. Even immortality, you'd need a kill switch. At some point, you would be ready. And that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And in fact, that's one of the things in one of my stories, my cryptid setting. I've talked about this before, but it's been a while. It's the entire setting is about that in this particular case. Because in the context of my setting, I say that our world is a human-centric system, and that it does reset every 15 billion years. The sun, boosh, refreshes, becomes a new accretion disk, new planets, and life begins anew. Human beings show up, there will be an Earth-like place, and there we go. Try to remember where I was going with that now. Oh yes, and the cryptid stuff with that too, because it's human-centric, 99 times out of 100, we come out on top and they are crippled by just reality. But on that 100th time when they're not crippled, well, they're not crippled. In our world, all that their potential is thrown back in their face at great volume. If this was a boat race, we would have been in luxury liners and we're almost to the finish line. And they, after all this time, they've lost space. They're going backwards no matter how hard they fight. They just have no chance. But in the universe where they do, by the time they hit what we would consider the 1950s, they've colonized the solar system. And they're working on sending out probes to start on the rest of the galaxy. And after they get going, it doesn't take too long before they're marching along and colonizing the galaxy quickly. And past that, in time, they colonize a good 1,000 galaxies around the Milky Way. But there reaches a point that after they have achieved everything that they've tried to do, everything they've wanted, they've achieved and done. There are no more goals. There's nothing to reach for. Everything they've wanted to do is done, but they still keep going. And eventually life, it just becomes so thin, so lifeless, so stretched out. It's just not worth it. And it takes the one time and one person for them to just say, it's time for us to lay down and go to sleep and die. And they do. And in 3 days, there isn't a single cryptid left alive in any of the 1,000 galaxies. They finally have been given permission, and they thankfully and gratefully, because they're all just so tired, lay down and go to sleep and die. And it's okay, because it's time. If you're a patron, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly appreciated. I've been an emotional mess lately, and any help is deeply, deeply appreciated. The two things do not go together. A does not lead to B. But mentally, yeah, everything's tied together. Thumbs up and thank you so much. You're all beautiful and awesome people. For everybody that has left me a comment, you too are beautiful and awesome as well, just in different ways. And that's okay too. I have read and appreciated as many comments as YouTube shows me. I have answered as many as I can, which is not as many as I want because of my nerve compression. Makes it difficult to do much of anything with this arm. And this is my dominant arm now. I spent so many years right-handed. I'm basically left-handed again. And this is the arm I can't use. Yay. But thank you. It is appreciated. You are beautiful and awesome people. I'm quite sure there's somebody else I would thank or say something about, but my brain isn't functioning, and I've been talking for a very, very long time in front of the camera. Hey. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. And it's okay to be an emotional wreck. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I wear my emotions and my heart on my sleeve. I cry at a moment's notice. It happens.